Okay. Alright, I think I have everything right. Kazu, can you do roll call for me? Someone to do roll call for me. And hopefully, music's good. I thought this would be appropriate. Alright. I found a playlist that has a bunch of Genshin covers and music kind of inspired by it. That'd be kind of nice. Oh! Thank you, Captain. I am unnecessarily proud of this drawing. When it was Venti's birthday the other day, I kind of lost my mind. I'm not proud, but I'm also a friend of ours told me that I also should not be ashamed to celebrate a character that resonates with me. I think that's very cool. And he's just such a lovely person too. I think that's very cool. And it's kind of interesting. Not that long ago, Kazu had mentioned kind of a question for the masses kind of thing. Hey, Nai! His question for the masses was, should fandoms... Basically, he said, should fandoms... What fandom do you wish was smaller than what it is? And I had said, all of them. Oh, wonderful! Thank you, Nai, and congratulations! I know you've been working at that for a while now. All that programming stuff is so over my head. It really is. My technical knowledge goes to a certain point, and then it just walls off. I don't understand why. I don't know why. I have such a mental block. But, yes, Kazu's question for the masses was, basically, should fandoms be as large as they are? And it's a mixed bag answer. Yes and no. Yes, because of the camaraderie and the beauty around certain characters and stories. No, because of the toxicity that can come with it sometimes. Now then, back onto Nibot. Messed up the video link, but that's fixed for... Oh, so it's fixed for tomorrow. Excellent. Well, fantastic. Huh, so we got two good things in one. Anyways, welcome. My belated birthday Venti picture. I'm also working on something with Andrew, otherwise known as Epic Shotgun. We're doing a little art collab, but that's not something I can really talk much about. Kazu, yeah, back onto the original subject. Fandoms are so needed, and they're so lovely, but yes, Destiny's another good example where the fandom can be absolutely incredible, but at the same time, it can be so very... It can create such a tight spot for some people. And it creates a almost us versus them mentality if you don't agree a certain way, or if certain things don't line up the way you want them to. And some fandoms are certainly better about this than others. It truly depends. And also, I think different people look for different things from within their fandom. I think some are just looking for a story, and others are looking for characters to resonate with. That's all there is to it. For me, I fell in love with Layla from Genshin Impact because she is she's starry themed, which of course I have a absolute love for, but she's also very sleepy and she's chronically ill, not unlike myself. So I resonated with that. I love the game and the community is cool sometimes. Most of the time, they need to go touch grass. Oh, goodness me. Well, that's one way to say it. Yes, and I think some people get so involved in things that they don't think any of it's intentional. I don't think people realize that this happens. And there's a much deeper meaning to it that has nothing at all to do with the fandom. The Valorant community is absolutely abysmal. Kazu, I have sat in on some of his games. And to say that it gets interesting is an understatement. It is one of the many reasons I don't play. At least not consistently. And hello, Mr. Bear! Vi's the one person we have found on Valorant that is like completely okay. Hundreds of people, and we have 5. Like, hundreds and hundreds of people, hours and hours and hours on Valorant, and we have, which I think is a testament to how these things can spiral out of control. And it really is like digging in sand, looking for certain little things, like be it a person or a character or a storyline. But at the same time, these huge deserts, they serve their purposes, and there are oases within them. But it's very easy to get discouraged when you see favorite content become buried in animosity. And, or the word that you would actually use is vitriol, meaning just like the noise of everything. This is actually a word used in alchemy, meaning all the extra components that seem like they're unneeded. Pretty interesting. And so I guess we are officially started. Isn't this illustration? I don't know why I knocked it out of the park so much on this particular illustration. I just... oh no, my thing's lagging a little bit. I freehanded this little doodad. I just drew this. I just freehand inked it in one little go. I don't know if I kind of have it memorized or what the deal is. I saved the little video clip, and I've trimmed it down. I'll put it up on YouTube later when this is all done. And I'll zoom in when this happens at this scene of me just drawing this thing. I don't think, I know it's not perfect, but the fact that I get this close freehand inking it is ridiculous. I don't know what my problem was with this drawing. And I freehand all of this. I go through this, and I ink in sections. So what I'll do is I'll do the major areas first. And this is part of why I take so long to draw, is I ink like a madwoman. It does. It really does. It is so... Bai has been an influence on me lately. Because we keep linking, because during Venti's birthday, and even now, we have our own Venti fan club, that's all I have to say. So we keep linking this stuff, and so I keep looking at this, so I'm like, I gotta draw him now. I didn't draw him for his birthday, so now it's a belated... no, it's not unintentionally, it's subconsciously. So, anyways, so then I just started drawing him. I'm like, this is adorable. I didn't, belated birthday gift. And so I draw all these really elaborate things. I got his necklace, I got the ribbon, I got all the ruffles, the corset, the charms, all of this stuff. You're not gonna believe what I struggled with. This is so stupid. The pinwheel. All of this. And the pinwheel messed me up. I told you. Like, I just hit walls. I don't know what the deal is. I am to a point where I don't ask questions. It is what it is. And that's all that it is. Who knows? Also, I think this is so interesting that he has, like, this little loop. And I'm not sure if this is his blouse or an underlayer to his shorts. I don't know what it is. I'm going to shade it like it's part of his blouse, like it's his blouse tail. But I don't even know if that's correct. The asymmetry to a lot of the characters is pretty interesting. And then another thing I had to actually measure out, which is incredibly ridiculous. Did I not ink it? I had to do it again. The little diamonds on his stockings. Hello! I told Allie that I would be drawing today, so here she is. It's one of those things where I don't draw often, but when I do, I put my all into it, and so it looks like I've got a couple inking mistakes, so we'll correct those first. So yes, the truth is revealed on why every single one of my art pieces take absolutely forever. I'm just very meticulous, I'm very persnickety about it, especially with inking. And the interesting thing about that is I also do inking with actual pens. So I use the very, very fine tip pens. I can use dip pens, I can do calligraphy. But the downside of that is you end up being not really a perfectionist, but you end up being very aware of how ink looks. You end up having a kind of relationship with the ink itself, which I think is kind of cool. I wonder if that is part of it. You just end up with, that type of thing. So you end up being really... You need to excuse me, I am looking for any other... But yes, I specialize in inking, and I have actually inked for other people for their illustrations. Be it by hand or or digitally. I think it was a 0.000008. It's very tiny. It's basically like inking with a pen, like a sewing pen. So I can ink with that type of thing, and I can do sumi inking, but I have to want to do it because that is incredibly difficult. So that's my little claim to fame is inking. I actually feel as though I could have inked this a little bit better because there's a little bit of inconsistency. It's part of why I used Psy for a long time, is I would just use their auto vector lines because I was very, very staunchly aware of how picky I could get with my lines and my line consistency, because I want them to have life while also having a very specific look to it. And over time, you can get faster at this and know what to look for and that type of thing. I'm so sorry, Naya, I missed your message. Yes, it's very normal to become, acquainted with certain quirks and little things and bits and bobs. Alright, so we have to redo the diamonds on his stockings. Because I somehow did not keep that. And the details I mess up versus the things I tend to be just fine with. It's really funny. And this is a neat little trick I started doing recently. No, that's not what I want. On the wrong layer? Oh, no, I have this set to reference. Oh. If I want to be able to focus on something, I just sort of do this now. And just put a gray overlay on it, set down the transparency, and then I can just do my markings. Now, I actually have his shorts a little too long. I didn't set them up properly, but I also did notice that I did a little bit of a chibi look to this. So I'm not too concerned. And of course I've gone through and messed around with all of my pens. So, if I remember correctly, so... actually, we're going to sketch this out a little bit more because I do not trust myself. It's not perfect, but I think this will work. Yeah, it more or less follows it. I just need to get the diamonds on his stockings. That is all this is. And I'm going to cheat with the inking for this a little bit. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. I appreciate you guys all stopping in. I know this is probably not the most interesting stream in the world, but I appreciate everyone joining me. This one would be slightly distorted. Oh, thank you, Dai. I'm glad you think so. Oh, I'm glad you guys find it relaxing. That's very important to me. That's what I set out to do. Oh, that makes me very happy. That really does. That just I needed to hear that. Oh, I deeply appreciate it. Well, what do you guys think so far? I think this was a clever way to do the bend at his knee with the diamond. I had this perfect before, and I don't know what happened to it. I think I accidentally did not finalize it. I think also for me, especially inking, is a bit therapeutic. These are the wrong size. What happens is your lines can get blurred when you size them up. So I go back and I do it again, just like with real inking. There's no place for that. There we are. I have you on my headset while I try to pull a printed bed scraper off my bed with a blood. Oh my gosh. With a blood spatula. Oh. Okay. You got your work cut off for you. Allie recently started 3D printing with filaments. Nai, you might want to help her out a little bit. Nai knows a lot about 3D printing. I mostly know about resin dip printing. I don't know a ton about filament, but Nai specializes in it. And thank you, Nai. I am very, very pleased with this illustration. This is probably one of my best ones in a while. Alright, so now we have to do color checks. Well, technically fill checks. And this always takes forever because I do this in sections as well. Yes, this is why I don't do commissions. This is the actual reason. But this is also why, is Bean here? Bean isn't here. This is part of why Bean came to me, because he knew that I would produce something of a very specific style, even if it would take absolutely forever. I'm constantly looking for mistakes. Well, not necessarily mistakes. I should say I'm always keeping my eyes peeled for things. Also, by the way, the color does not look quite right on OBS. It is the appropriate color. I don't know why my color on my iPad does not transfer to what is on screen. I will have to look into it. Well, more like I'll have to make Nye look into it. Okay, now I don't really specialize in it. I just have a bit of experience with messing up prints. Nah, you are phenomenal at it. I got oddly good at resin dip prints. It's very strange. I don't know why I got good at that. But I'm okay with filament. So it looks like this is about as good as this is gonna get. So we are going to focus on his hair first. You know, we'll do it. You know, we'll actually use. We'll start out with one of these and see how I like it. I don't think I like it. Guess what? We are doing it by hand. Venti is baby girl. I love him so much. He is just fantastic. So Jija is going to lose her mind because this would be the third time she's missed me doing hair. I absolutely love his hair. We will do it. So yes, every time I do hair, Jija misses it. And she is never thrilled about it. She doesn't like it when she misses hair or fabric. Actually, Kazu, do you want to see if Jija is around? Because I think she'd be very, very happy to know that I'm doing hair again. She finds my hair very ridiculous. So it doesn't look like much off the cuff. So it doesn't. It's just sort of like, what? It's a bunch of lines. You could do that with anything. That's true. I'll do it with this. Venti might feel love. Yes. Well, and it seems she's offline. Aww. I can do this with ink and watercolors too, which is pretty fun. That's something I really like about Procreate, is a lot of classical art things cross over to it. And I find that very, very enjoyable. And yes, this takes a lot longer, but I have a lot more control. I missed a spot there. And a few other little quirks. Yes, I had never made one of those beloved lockets before, and I made one for Venti. I felt very silly doing it, but I couldn't help it. I got teased quite a bit the other day. I'm also going to make apple turnovers in memorandum as well. Which it sounds silly, but I think it's important to celebrate those types of things. I'm also going to go through and add the detail into the braids as well. Okay, that is lay down one. Felis ASMR would be really nice. I guess. I can try. I can't guarantee how good this will be, but I can give it a shot. I hope you guys like sketching sounds. Do you guys like how his hair looks so far? Oh, it does? Oh, I'm so sorry. It's because I'm looking down. Oh, I apologize. I tend to get so focused. I'm sorry. Oh. Isn't his hair lovely? I'm having a lot of fun drawing his hair in particular. I mean, if you guys couldn't tell. Can you guys hear the pencil sounds? Is it pleasant? I might as well go ahead and do the first hair highlight. Yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, you can't hear the pencil sounds? I apologize. Oof. I am sorry for that too. Alright, thank you, Nai. I will keep that in mind. I appreciate it. Think noise cancellation is removing the pencil sound? Aww. Well, does my voice sound good? Is this ASMR-ish enough? Let me see if I can adjust the noise cancellation. Cancellation? Noise cancel, no. Oh, this is that. Alright. I turned those off. I think I did it correctly. Hopefully nothing silly happens. Here. How's that? Does that work? I have no idea. Excellent. Alright, I will be right back, guys. Nobody move an inch, okay? Okay, there we go. There's some background noise, so hopefully it's not, you said it's not unpleasant or distracting or anything? Well, if you guys want more of this type of thing, I'll see what I can do. Moving and grooving can't stop this funky cat. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the hair highlights. Normally I would be doing all this at once, but I wanted to show you guys a little bit of that. Never thought in my life that I would be doing ASMR. I just didn't think that that would be in my repertoire. I've been told before that I had the voice for it. Oh, I'm glad you guys do. Isn't it nice? This was actually Andrew's idea. It's a special filter film thing I have on the iPad. And that's what gives it that beautiful sketching sound. And also what gives it that watercolor texture, which I really like, since that's actually what I specialized in, is watercolor. So in case the talking about ink and sumi and paint did not give it away, and the fact that I constantly talk about watercolors. Oh, Kazu, you can take a cat nap if you like. We'll be here for about another half an hour. I was told that my hair highlights need to go back to the 80s. I like them. Let's see here. There we go. That would work. That's one side. I could do more, but I think I like this. And I do have to add some more detailing through the braid, but I just wanted to do the main part of it. I use no less than 5 million layers at a time. But yes, for future Jeter reference, I wanted to have that completely done so that she could see it. Since she's missed it every single time. I feel so bad. She's missed a few fabric ones, as I mentioned. She's a very big fan of how I draw fabric, which I find quite sweet. She and I... Oh, Fi, are you still here? Fi, if you're still here, and even if you're not, I'll tell you this later. Gina and I've talked about in the past, just in passing, doing a fabric and draping zine. Just fan art of characters wearing like gowns or blouses, just anything with lots of folds and drapings and that kind of thing. If you would like to be a part of that. Just an excuse to draw characters in flouncy clothes with lots of drapes and folds and just a draping flex, and that's all the zine is. I'm just such a sucker for it. It just sounds like so much fun to me. I also just realized I should have done this first. Remove the overlays and then do it. I also just realized that this is the wrong color. You know what? That can stay. That's done too perfectly. I don't want to take it away. But maybe it shouldn't stay. How did I take the wrong color? Let's see here. Oh, that's how. What started out as a sketch palette has turned quickly into a Venti palette. Look at this. What can I say? But I think it sounds like fun, doing a draping scene. Just think pretty gowns, dresses, floppy hats, big bows. It sounds nice, doesn't it? At least I think it does. The stream has become me talking to myself awfully quickly, guys. What do you have to say for yourselves? Oh, I am glad you think it sounds like a good time. Kazu, did you fall asleep? I think he did fall asleep. Did I put people to sleep? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay, so you didn't fall asleep. Oh. Well, I'm pleased with this so far. Just really sleepy. Oh my goodness. Kazu, you also ate several little thingies. This Captain Cosmo very much is a cat. He will eat a whole bunch and then fall asleep. Oh, well that's nice. Well, thank you, Captain. And thank you, Nai, for whatever it is that you guys got up to. Thank you. Yes, you cook and then you sleep. Truly a kitty. I think I'm going to work on finish his hair, and then I'm going to work on his eyes, which is something else I really love doing. I think this is unrelated, but I think I am so... I love your eyes so much, Kazu. I knocked it out of the park on your eyes. I know! And everyone else loves them. So for the uninitiated, I did the primary designs for Captain Kazuma. I'm also his art director, because of course I am, and I'm also his primary texturer and all that kind of thing. I did a lot of his design work and that kind of thing, and he had presented to me all this stuff and said he needed some stuff redesigned. He wanted some very subtle changes made. However, the main change that was made was on his eyes. Instead of eye shines, he has these beautiful shiny bubbles and have these beautiful oceanic gradient eyes. And I just milled over it for a long time, and that it stuck. And everybody loves it. And I also redid his hair, and I did all of his palette work and all that stuff, and I also did some more of his costume designing. And that type of thing. It's something I really like to do. No, I do not do this as commission work. I will not redesign anyone's anything. I won't do it. It was a very special gift and a special deal I did for Kazuma. But it is something that I can do. It doesn't mean I will do it. I have to really be bribed to do things. But yes, Kazuma looks the way he does because he bribed me. And that is his biggest flex. He looks so beautiful because I got conned into it. And I don't like to talk about it because he's so proud of it, but I'm a little self-conscious about it because his design became, somewhat popular. And it always makes me feel really strange when I see fan art of him. Especially very accurate fan art that really leans into his hair and his eyes and like how they do his skin and all the little details. Like when I see the details that I came up with, it's true. Before we got together, I was bribed with treats and friendship and just spending time and all these things. And just stuff like that. And I finally was like, and he had seen a fair amount of my work. And when I had told him that, I built myself from the ground up like many people do, metaphorically and literally. And I guess that really impressed him. So he was basically like, how do I get a piece of that? And that's what happened. And I got talked into it. I don't regret it. It's how he and I became so close, is we had worked together so much. And he was just very pleased with all of it. And then I had to be very cautious to not let that spiral out of control. A few other people that he knew were asking about it, and I was like, I am not open for commissions. I am not doing that. No. No. Too much work. Well, it's not that it's too much work, it's just I take forever. I just take such a long time to do everything. And it's not that I obviously don't lack the confidence in my work. It's just I don't work as fast as other people. And it makes me feel bad. That's the only way to say it. It makes me feel bad. Which sounds so silly. But it is what it is with that. But yes, Kazuma looks pretty because I made him pretty. It was a lot of his hair. Are we gonna talk about the hair? Kazu, do you want me to talk about the hair? Are we gonna do this? Are we really gonna be... Do you really want me to oust you on the torment, on the misery that you put me through on doing your hair 3 times? You say that like it was a bad thing. Yes, he looked like Kaya for a little while. Instructions unclear creates Kaya. That's literally what happened. He kept describing Kaya. And there's a series of messages between us. He was giving me references of Kaya and kept describing him. And so that's what I did. I basically turned over a cutesy catboy Kaya. And I was like, why are you complaining about this? This is what you asked for. You know, it's just like, how do they say that? Task failed successfully. And that's what happened. And he kind of milled on this for a while. And he said, this is amazing if this is what I actually wanted. And I finally had to sit him down and go, okay, Kazuma, you have to tell me exactly what you want. Because, you know, all right, cat out of the bag. I am an art director by trade. We're not talking about it. So I told him, you have to tell me exactly what you want, because that is what you are going to get. You know, that is how a good director is. Like, their producer tells them what's going on. The director then takes that information and then works through it artistically and then directs everything what's going to happen. Or particularly with an art director, especially if they're doing character or set design or costume design, that is what they do. They are told what the order is, and they work from their own specific artistic vision. That is what I did. You asked for a Catboy Kaya, you get a Catboy Kaya. So he finally, so I had to pin him down, basically, just, you know, when you hold down a cat and be like, okay, you little fluff ball, what do you want? And then that is when the incident with the hair began. Oh my goodness. Now, if you rewind on my Twitter to last year, I kept complaining about working on his hair because it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare because his hair was completely done by hand because I'm a maniac and I like pain. And first the physics died. Queens of the Sun just... Actually, Andrew, you and I had just... You might remember a little bit, because Andrew, you and I had just started getting to know each other. And also, yes, that's a good song. Kazu's hair. Andrew, you were there for some of this, where I kept complaining, having to redo his hair 3 times. And then he asked for another hairstyle. And I redid all of that by... And Andrew had to hear about this. And I ended up crying over it once because I was so sick of working on it. And then one day I just... Well, I think that was the day I rage quit. I just refused to work on it one day. After a good 2 weeks of trying to get it to work, because first the physics didn't work, and then this didn't work, and then that didn't work, and then he rejected it. So I had to start over again. And it was this, and then it was that. And then finally one day, it turned out beautiful. And then he said... I can't remember what he said, but I was not happy. And then I had to do it again. Finally, we ended up with the cute, scruffy hairstyle after all of that. And then the wet effect was because I redid the physics again. And it was by accident. And that's how it looks like it's like saltwater damp. It was a complete accident. And I told him, if you tell me to change this, I will take it as a personal attack because this looks beautiful. Leave it alone. Yes, I was so fed up. I told him, like, Kazu, you need to make up your mind because there are people who want to draw you. I'm trying to get this finalized. People are basing it off of this. And then that's when I finally told him, that's when I made that beautiful texture that does look very beach-like. I said, this looks like an ocean. Your hair literally looks a little damp. Leave it alone. This is beautiful. I am putting my foot down as art director. This is perfect. Hush you. However, because he wanted all these little extra doodads and wisps and bobs and to make it look all messy and wind-blown and all of that. However, that then makes his hair very difficult to draw consistently. And anytime someone finds out it's my fault, oh boy. And then when Andrew found out, oh wait, it's you. This is what you were complaining about. Like, yes, this is exactly it. So that's what happened. Yes, and then meanwhile, Panda's just like, can you make me a cute slime, please? Or Tari's Panda. I'm like, all right. that's all. And that's all there was to that. So it's there's two kinds of people. So Kazu's hair looks very beautiful. It's just an absolute pain to draw because there's so much detail, and the gradient looks a very specific way, and it lays a very specific way, and it has all these extra floofs, and it was a lot of work, but it's gorgeous. 6 months later, he gets his hair cut. I wanted to kill this cat. So, he talks to Caffeine and was like, hey, could you just draw me like this just for fun? I'm just thinking about, like, how would this look? I see the drawing, and that exasperated sigh you just heard me make, that's the exact sound I made. This is before he moved into the observatory. I call him and tell him that if I can't one-shot this hair, that he's never getting it. I was furious. Because I really loved how it turned out. He has this like, kind of like, it's a full side shave with the undercut and all of that. So it has like the top knot, and he has very long hair actually. So I saw this and it just looked really good. So I'm like, oh, that gradient up in a bun, all this, that, and the other. I'm like, gotta be kidding me. That'd look really good. So what does my adorable behind do? I stay up all night working on it for 7 hours. I one-shot that stupid hair. And then he decided he liked them both and wanted to keep them both, and I just told him to never talk to me again. Yes. Yes, he does have it in real life. He looks fantastic. It looks great. They both work, so basically it's hair up and hair down, and it looks amazing. I did some phenomenal work on that. I was just ready to scream, though. Yeah, yeah, but what's really kind of nice is then if somebody doesn't want to draw all the extra... If you shave your head, I will put you outside. You will have to go sleep on the beach. Right outside the conservatory. You are sleeping outside if you cut your hair. That's right, I am kicking you out of the observatory if you cut your hair. That is true, but I don't want to do it again. No, I could never kick him out. He's my favorite thorn in my side. It does grow back, and it would look... He is the type of person who could wear a paper bag and look good. It's not fair. So that is the epic story of Kazuma's hair. Yes. Also, Panda, you look really good with shaved hair, though. It's like you have like the structure for it. You look really good. And that's not actually, Kazu probably does too. Some people just really rock it. It's just, I have had to redo his hair so much. But yes, for anyone who doesn't want to deal with drawing his fancy pants beach hair, they can just put it up in a bun. It's quite awesome. And then as for his eyes, I did a different shading map for it, and then I hand drew all the little bubbles and made them glow. It's amazing. Nye. Don't you dare. Nye has extremely long hair that I envy desperately. I can't, well, seeing as I am the way that I am, you know, this is a projection, so I can do whatever I want with my hair. However, my medium cannot. Her hair doesn't really get much longer than this, so I respect her and keep my hair roughly like this too. No. You were gonna dye it pretty. You're gonna dye it a beautiful sapphire blue. Don't shave your head. Oh. But shiny blue. It would have been very beautiful. No one is shaving their heads. The only person with shaved heads permission is Panda. No one is shaving their head. Well, wait a minute. Unless it's for charity. That's a little different. Still, no. Behave yourselves. I haven't said that in a minute. But that is true. Shaving your head does make it, especially if, a lot of cosplayers and drag queens and, people of that nature shave their heads just because they wear wigs so much. It makes it a lot easier. Or they keep their hair very, very short. You have donated your hair a couple of times now. Nai's hair grows like no one's business. I don't understand. It's so incredibly long. It's like down to here, down to her waist. Nai's hair is bleached into next week. It's very beautiful. It's bleached in a gradient, so it starts out dark and it turns like to almost like this pale. You know how normally when you bleach your hair it turns like this yellowish? Hers actually turned like this white amber. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But then she toned it properly and did all the little bits and bobs you're supposed to do to properly bleach your hair in sections, and it's really, really nice. It's not waist length. May not be waist length, but it's very, very long, and it's very beautiful. She has so much hair. There's so much of it. It's just floofy, and there's a lot of hair. She just has such thick hair. It's so much. So much hair. It's very beautiful, though. Oh, you do, Andrew. You've got hair in the next week, too. And then Kazu's hair is really interesting. Kazu's hair fights back. His hair is very, very dense. Yeah, Andrew, you have hair. You have a lot of hair. Am I the only person who doesn't have very much? I think I'm the only person with fine hair. I have very odd. Well, again, I respect my medium, so I mimic hers. Yeah, Andrew, I've seen your hair a few times. It just sort of you almost have anime hair. It's sort of just, here I am. You and your hair have artistic differences, Andrew. Yes, my hair is very, very fine. It's very strange. It's a little different. Kazu's hair is... Kazu, I'm pretty sure... your hair is a blend of a few different things, which as it should be. And we're still trying to figure out how to help yours. I feel terrible because I don't know what to do to help you. Kazu's hair is very dry, and we've tried everything. No, I literally took a handful of coconut oil and put it in his hair. I didn't know what to do, so that's what I did. I know coconut oil is not the answer to everything, but it's the answer to a lot of things. And that's what I did. I don't know if it's right, but it's what I did. Crack an egg on it? Egg? Are you sure? Where did you hear that? I mean, it's you, Andrew, so I'm going to do it. I'm inclined to believe you, but egg? I remember hearing about that somewhere, about whipping egg and mayonnaise together and putting it in your hair. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, so you put salad in your hair? Kazu, guess what we're doing later? Is this Hu Tao's song? Yes, this is Hu Tao's song. Alright, I guess we're putting egg in his hair. Andrew, would you please just find the instructions on how to do this properly and message it to me? Pretty please? Thank you very much. Oh, if your grandma does it, then I 100% trust it. We like Andrew's grandma. She is cool. She's a member of the pink-haired gang, which is the best one. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that greatly, and please tell her I said thank you. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, we love Grandma. We love her so much. Grandmas are the best. Yay! So many problems were solved during this impromptu ASMR stream of... Oh, it's purple now? Oh! You should do indigo next. Kazu, I'm going to turn your phone into a Hutao phone. I was very sad when I couldn't get that one for you. When I couldn't get you the official Hutao phone. I was very, very saddened by that. I wanted that for you very badly. For the uninitiated, Hoyo had released a series of character phones. And they were Android phones, and they were very, very nice. They were just hard to get and incredibly expensive. Well, I think you should get the little phone, the little clippy phone, the flip phone. Why did I call it a clippy phone? You know what I'm talking about. Get the little clamshell phone, the Game Boy phone, and I want to turn that into your Hutao phone. Like I'm pretty sure it comes in red, like an off red. And I can put the insignia. I can put the Z Flip. Oh wait, there's a Pantech C300. Is that it? Pei knows a lot about this kind of stuff. She stays on top of tech and gadgets. So does Panda. They know this stuff. I don't. Panda's the one that picked out my phone. I don't. I stay in my lane for the most part. Well, if the Pantech C300's better, you may want to talk to Pei about that. All I know is it looks like one of the old Game Boys. That's all I know. And to me, that's all that matters. It looks like a Game Boy. Oh, okay. So this is like the upgraded one. What I would like is a smartwatch. And Pei, you told me you'd give me a crash course on those someday, so we'll have to do that sometime. I love this song. I think you should. Yeah, if it comes in like a nice off red, I will put the pyro insignia on it on the back for you, and we can clear coat it and get a little case for it. And you said they have the live backgrounds for Android now, and you can put that on there, and there you go, Hutao, and have all the little icons and her song and all that. He feels for Hutao the way that I feel about Venti. Speaking of Venti, I did something that was not very smart. Well, I mean, I guess it's not very smart. So I have a hobby that's not a very good hobby, and so I bought something from a website the other day. It's a cosplay website. It's a Venti-themed backpack. I need one like a hole in the head. I did not need that. There's a difference between a want and a need. That was a want. That's very much a want. I did not need that. But it was so cute and had little wings on it. I'll clean up his braids later. These are just more placeholders. The rest of this looks pretty good. That is not the right angle. There we go. No, I don't like that either. We have to redo the hair shine. The egg makes the hair less greasy, so if I do it with egg, it'll moisturize his hair, but not in a greasy way. All right, that sounds pretty correct. Guess what, Kazu? You're getting made into some egg drop soup later. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing's gonna stop me. Ha! You'll love it. It'll be amazing. You'll smell great. It'll be fantastic. Nope, I'm gonna have to redo the hair shines, but that's okay. I'm gonna kitty egg soup. That's right, you are. I don't know. I've never tried it. I take no responsibility for anything that may happen. That's fine, Andrew. Any opportunity I get to torment him for all the torment I receive is an opportunity I am absolutely going to take. The amount of back and forth that happens in this observatory, none of you would believe. I'm still not happy with the hair shines. There we go. That's a little better. There we are. Alright, Andrew, I will poke you later. Thank you for stopping by. Isn't he cute? Look at this. Look at this adorableness. Well, we'll be wrapping up here pretty soon. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, that works. This is perfect. I should name this. Now, I have markers here for his eyes. Oh, Final Fantasy update. Oh, I've acquired 2.5 million. Oh my word, Panda. All 3 of my retainers are spicy. I am level 77 White Mage and finished all my quests for White Mage. I also have a Moogle costume and bought the Big Whale mount for 8 players. Oh my word. That's amazing, Panda. Congratulations. I'll be on. Do you want to do Final Fantasy with me tomorrow? We could do that. Or I can just draw more tomorrow. It doesn't really matter. What would you guys rather? Would you guys rather another drawing ASMR stream? Or would you rather... Actually, wait a minute. Wait a second. Nai, Kazuma, Panda, me. That's a light party. Do you guys want to all co-stream Final Fantasy tomorrow? Or I can, like I said, or I can do another ASMR stream. It's up to you guys. Okay, we got 1, 2. Kazu, are you up? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have one on Gilgamesh, and I have proof that you have a Final Fantasy account. You just haven't been on it a very long time. You don't have one? Alright, we'll get you set up with one later then. Alright. I thought for sure you did. No, you made an... Oh, I remember now. You're right. Okay, we'll get that figured out. We will get you figured out with an account. Atheon on Destiny, but he can find another person. Want to farm Atheon on Destiny, but he can find another person easy enough. Alright. Excellent. Okay, that's what we can do tomorrow, guys. That sounds like fun. I have a lot of cleanup to do on his hair, but I wanted to get those laydowns done. There's a few fill spots I have to make adjustments to. Yay! Oh, thank you, Panda. So, Kazuma, I guess tomorrow's stream will be sponsored by the bear. Okay. Oh, you won't be home till 6 tomorrow? Oh, you won't be home at 4. Alright, so that's what we'll do. We will, I will do another sketching stream around 4. And then we can pop on for a little bit around 6 and do a little something on Final Fantasy with the group of us. We'll just do a little... I've done double streams on here before. So I've actually enjoyed doing that. Just now and then popping on again with everybody. That's been fun. I really enjoy doing that. Excellent. Okay, perfect. All right, so Monday there'll be a stream at 4 and then another one at 6. Okay. So that'll be Monday's tomorrow. Yes, Monday is tomorrow. Now then. Let's see here. His eyes are tealy green. I am going to do laydowns for his eyes very quickly. And then we will wrap up. What's kind of weird is I have markers down for his eyes, which I normally don't do. Actually, wait a minute, I'm doing this from memory, so don't hold this to me. It's something like this, and then the middle part is something like this. And then they kind of swirl in the middle. Whoops. Yeah, so that's how we'll handle it. So I'll do, yep, I guess sketching ASMR at 4 and Final Fantasy at 6. Well, I don't know, that'll be a lot of fun. This eye is slightly blurry. I may have to go over that one too. hello! Also figured out glamours. Yes, glamours are kind of a pain in the butt. I'm so sorry, I was looking down at this. Glamours are a lot of fun. I figured out the vanity not that long ago, and my plates. White mages always look so stellar. And hello, Victor, and hello, Maria. I will actually be closing down stream here momentarily, but you need to see this. What do you think? Isn't he cute? It is! It's Venti! Isn't he lovely? I just adore him. His birthday was the other day. And at the very start of the stream, we actually did a little bit of a psychology talk about... a little bit of philosophy talk about fandoms and their positive and negative effects. And this accidentally became a ASMR drawing stream, which I guess I'm doing again tomorrow, so that'll be kind of fun. The things I do for love. Yeah, but yes, he is very, very cute. So, I do hope you guys like this kind of thing. I keep being told I have the voice for it, so here we are. I have to move everything down a little bit. But that is okay. That is a pretty easy fix. goodness. Oh, thank you, Nai. I take quite a bit of pride in that. I just feel bad that I'm so slow. You'd think that with the amount of time I spend practicing, you'd think I'd speed up, but I never really did. I can't say I'm entirely ashamed of that, because I think there's probably something to it, the amount of time that I spend meticulously poring over this type of thing. But I am pretty self-conscious over it. I'm not quite sure how I like that. But that does need to be softened up a little. Oh, thank you, Captain. That means a lot. Yeah, I do hope that that's what it is. I hope it's the fact that I'm focusing so much and that's why it takes so long. I truly hope that that's all that it is. And there's one. Alright. I will see everybody later. Did turn out nice, though. You can't really see it too well on this particular screen. I need to figure out why the contrast is so weird on screen. And it definitely, green tends to mess with it. But that is it. One of the eyes. It needs a little bit more work. I have some of the highlights not quite right. The hair needs some work too. There's some more fill, some cleanup. But it's turned out really nice. Yes, and thank you everybody. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for being patient with me and enjoying this impromptu Venti ASMR stream, I guess. Oh, take care everyone, alright?